Now, this time last week, we were looking at the prospect of fresh elections for the Stormont Assembly. But 7 days on, the Northern Ireland Secretary, Chris Heaton-Harris, has confirmed there won't be a new mandate this side of Christmas. While politicians may have been dreading going to the polls in the middle of the festive period, the delay means the prospect of having a working devolved government up and running anytime soon seems even more remote. Our Northern Ireland correspondent, Dougie Beatie, joins us live now from Stormont. Dougie, why has Chris Heaton-Harris made this decision? Not a huge surprise to me, but perhaps to others it is.
Well, welcome to Stormont, and behind us the building that was cleared out last week, of course, of the last remaining ministers from that legislation that was 24 weeks after they first tried to set a government in place from May the 5th. They had to leave, and that was a legal requirement. But Chris Heaton-Harris decided to put an ultimatum on the table, and if you don't use an ultimatum in so many things in life, it can usually be turned against you, and it has called into a lot of credibility into this process. He now has a real problem ahead of him in Ireland. Is what does he do to put ministers back in place? He can't really legislate for it, because these ministers that would come in would be from a different mandate. And if that was to happen, well, he would need to have a speaker elected behind us. They would need to nominate ministers one by one. Or does he just bypass the consent principle that's in the Good Friday Agreement and legislate for the old ministers to come back? So he really is now stuck as how he runs Northern Ireland. And of course, Northern Ireland, like any other part of the UK, has all those departments: education, security, justice, all of them that need run at any one time and require a budget. He's not going to go to the polls because he knows that it will polarise Northern Ireland even further. Sinn Féin will come back, either the largest or second largest party. The DUP will be where they are, and the middle ground will get squeezed, that of the SDLP and the Ulster Unionist Party. So he'll be looking to negotiate even further with an even more hard line on either side. The only thing that is going to release the keys to the kingdom is that bill that went through the House of Commons. It is now in the House of Lords, being frustrated in there at this minute in time. But once it's back, and it must be remembered, that's what the DUP and Unionists need. That's their safety net to go back into power here, to keep the protocol and, well, to ease the protocol. The protocol's never going to go away, but there are issues in it that need looked at, because at the end of the day, the protocol is there to protect the European single market. It really is a European problem, but they have dropped it into Northern Ireland's lap, and it is interfering with the Good Friday Agreement no end, and could cause the end of this government and the Good Friday Agreement for a very, very long time.
Dougie, in Stormont.